Hey everyone, I am Mrs. Explorer and welcome to my channel where we talk all things travel, food and lifestyle. This is episode 2 of the Malaysia series, and if you haven't watched already, do check out episode 1 where I talk about our journey from India to Kuala Lumpur, places to visit in Kuala Lumpur and how to navigate their public transportation easily. This is our day 2 in Kuala Lumpur, and today we have a pretty packed itinerary. First up on our itinerary is Malaysia's most famous Hindu pilgrimage site, Batu Caves. So we are staying in Bukit Bintang region, and the best way to reach Batu Caves is with monorails and metro lines. You can take the KL monorail from Bukit Bintang station and get down at KL Central station. It's a short journey that takes about 10 to 15 minutes. You can pay either with a touch and go card that is accepted all across Kuala Lumpur, or you can even buy single tickets at the station. So we bought single tickets for this journey. We have now arrived at KL Central. So the way to KL Central is through a mall called New Central Mall. So don't be confused when you get out and what you see is a mall right in front of you. New Central is a modern, well connected shopping mall which is a perfect stop if you're catching trains or even waiting for a connection, as you get easy access to shops and food without leaving the transport hub. To get to KL Central Station from New Central Mall, you have to walk towards the exit and then take a escalator down to the basement level. KL Central is a mass transport hub that offers seamless access to KTMs, LRTs, monorails, MRTs, airport trains, and buses. There are multiple gates here, so don't get confused. To go to Batu Caves, you should reach Gate D. The ticket counter is right next to Gate D, so you can get tickets from here, or if you want, you can also book these tickets from online platforms like Klook. So we've got our tickets, and these tickets are very cheap. So an adult return ticket from KL Central to Batu Caves and then back to KL Central costs about 5.2 Malaysian ringgit, that is 120 Indian rupees. We'll be taking the KTM commuter, which is one of KL's main suburban train services alongside LRT, MRT and monorail. Unfortunately, we reached somewhere after 11 and a train had just passed and the next train was at 12:20, which meant we had to wait for more than an hour. And we did not have our breakfast, so we finally decided to go back to the central station and have something. If you watch my vlogs, you know that anytime I visit a new country, I make it a point to go to their McDonald's and try some regional varieties. The Malaysian influence in the menu was easily visible, and the dishes were predominantly either rice based or halal meat based. We ordered their ayam meal box, and quick Malaysian word of the day, ayam means chicken. So this meal box came with a portion of rice, chicken, egg, some anchovies and a glass of coke. There was a nearby shop that was selling croissant, so I went there and got myself an almond croissant. Then we boarded the train and got down at Batu Cave station, and the overall journey took about 30 to 40 minutes. The station is right near the caves and it is only a 10-minute walk to the entrance of Batu Caves. Besides the main temple, there are several other shrines within and around the complex. Like there is a Ramayana cave temple dedicated to Lord Rama, and there is another temple called Sri Venkatachalapati temple. Batu Caves temple is dedicated to Lord Murugan and features a 42.7-meter golden statue, which is one of the tallest Murugan statues in the world. The cave and the temple is located on top of a limestone hill, and you can reach there by climbing 272 colorful steps, which is an experience in itself. Just a word of caution, there are a lot of monkeys around, so take care of your belongings, especially sunglasses. It is a pretty steep but manageable climb because you can take pit stops during the climb. Modest dressing is required to enter the temple, so you should keep your shoulders and knees covered. If you're wearing sleeveless or shorts, there are shops where sarongs are usually available for rent. The temple is generally open from early morning to evening. Try to not go during afternoon because it can be very hot and humid. The entrance to the main cave is free, and the best time to visit is early morning to avoid heat and crowds. Now that's a wrap on Batu Caves. Now we'll be heading back to Kuala Lumpur for some other attractions which I'll cover in the next vlog. If you've enjoyed this video, do drop a like, comment, and like always, don't forget to subscribe to Mrs. Explorer for more travel content. See you in the next video. Until then, bye.